Namaskar, Your Holiness. My name is Shatwan. I'm from the Sri Ram School, Malsari. My question was, how do you reconcile the Buddhist concept of nothing being eternal, which I believe is anatta, with the concept of a reincarnated eternal soul, which I believe is samsara?
Yes, Hinduism, Buddhism is like twin brothers, and practice of Shila, practice of Shamatha, practice of Vipassana, same. Except the question of the Atma and the Anatma. Now, the description about Atma is this physical, including brain and the mind, is the kaza, long jaja. Or in any way, when we feel I is something owner of this body and mind, my body, my mind. So we feel there is some separate identity, I, which not depend on this physical, this mind. So independent self, that's Atma. So that's very helpful to think previous life, this life, next life. Then Buddhist anathema theory, beside this body and mind, no independent self. If self completely independent or separate from this body and mind, then you can't say, I'm Tibetan, or I'm Indian. You can't say. Indian and Tibetan, entirely based on this physical. So, I is there, self is there, but designated on the combination of this human body, human mind. Then more detailed, mainly mind. Mind, sensorial level mind, and then chit, sixth mind. So chit, sixth mind, also you see the awakened state. While I'm using the sensorial sort of consciousness, the chit on grosser level. When I sleep, dreaming, sensorial consciousness no longer function, chit remain. Then deep sleep without dream, further deeper. Then the deepest at the time of death or faint. Now chit, the very subtle level chit, also momentarily changing. Anything which momentarily changing is, there must be causes. Without cause, it cannot happen. Among the cause, one substantial cause, one because of cooperative or cause. Cooperative cause, yes, the semen or blood, these are cooperative. But substantial cause is there must be continuation of mind, consciousness. Without a continuation or any sort of mind, consciousness must come continuous because of previous continuation of mind. So that is the reason. This mind, the subtle mind, not grosser level mind, subtle mind must be previous continuation of subtle mind. That's through that way previous life. And then also there are cases you see who remember about past life. I think there must be some children when you are young, 3-4 year old, sometimes you see some express about their memory of past life. I met some Indian many years ago, one from Ludhiana, young girl, very clearly memory about past life. Then Kanpur, another sort of very young girl. They express very clearly their past life, their home and past life spirit. So they, at the previous life, at young age, some accident die. So the previous life's parent is still there. When they met, the two previous lives' parent fully convinced that girl is their previous or what's the daughter's life. So actually, when I met them, that girl, 4 parents, 2 parents of this life, 2 parents of previous life. Such things, you see, happen there. Then among, you see, Tibetan, one young Tibetan who born in Lhasa, I think. So he always insists, my place is not here, India. Then reached Dharamsala. When they reached Dharamsala, the boy insists, this is not my place, in South India. Then one monastery, South India, Kandan monastery. When they reached Kandan monastery, that young boy, you see, show their 2 parents his previous life's house. When that boy reached that house, then say, oh, this is my life, my house. And he also, you see, expressed one box, my glass there, and open, yes, there's glass. Recently, I met, you see, that boy. I asked him, now do you remember past life? He said, no. And I feel glad. I also do not remember. When I sort of older, when I was very young, according to my mother, I express some sort of memory about past life. So I found my companion, young age, express their previous life, become 10-year-old no longer. So like that. So now some scientists begin to feel, oh, some cases, you see, Soro or Siddhi, seriously express past life. So it is some phenomena.
A very good morning, sir. I am Dhruv from DPSDV, and I have a very simple question for you. That you've always stated, to be a happy soul, you need to have a peace of mind. But being a student, we have a million thoughts popping in our head and out of it. So how do we attain a peace of mind?
Everybody, old, young, We all have the same sort of nature of mind. So, student, sometimes you need sense of competition, but competition two kinds. One competition in order to reach you yourself first, deliberately create some problem to other. That sense of competition is wrong. But the sense of competition, you reach first and then show others have to work hard. That kind of sense of competition is right. With that kind of sense of competition is really helpful to both further development, further progress, isn't it? When I was young, I'm quite lazy. So my tutor sometimes use threat, show one weep. So certainly, you see, with sincere motivation. So at that time, I don't like, when I saw that weep, I don't like. But this method, main sort of the aim, main motivation is a good study myself. So every action related with motivation, more altruistic motivation, then even little fighting, okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Your Holiness, the Dalai Lama, respected co-chairpersons Mrs. Vasavi Bharatra Ma'am and Radhika Bharatra Ma'am, principals and vice principals of all campuses, teachers, my fellow students from Sri Ram and other schools. As Your Holiness had once said, if we make an effort to educate those who are young now in inner values, they will see a different, peaceful, more compassionate world in the future. Your presence here, Your Holiness, has just that transformative power. To be a part of the audience today with you in our midst has been inspiring, enriching, and an absolute honor for all of us. I speak on behalf of all present here today that we feel blessed to be here on this august occasion and to have heard the rousing words of Your Holiness. Your words have helped shape mindsets of people across the world, and today we have had the same privilege. Today's interaction with Your Holiness is sure to give many of us here a fresh perspective on how we should embrace life with tolerance, acceptance, and compassion, values that we often tend to lose touch with in this fast changing and in many ways challenging world. I can say with absolute conviction that each person present here today will leave feeling comforted, enlightened, and hopeful. We acknowledge this with humility and gratitude. We promise to apply the teachings of Your Holiness to our lives so we can help spread kindness around us, taking a step towards making our world a better place. We are also grateful to Mr. Tempa Sering and the Bureau of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, the SPICMAKE organization, and the SRF Foundation for all their support and guidance in putting this morning together. A special thank you to all the attending schools and colleges for making this morning a special one. Once again, on behalf of the Sri Ram School, I would like to thank Your Holiness for obliging us with your presence and addressing our student body. We are truly and eternally grateful for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. So, one sentence Buddha stated, you are your own master. So, in order to have happy life, or entirely depend on yourself, your own way of thinking, proper way of thinking there, then even some difficult situation, you still can maintain peace of mind. And when you met some enemy, criticize you, you see, you may develop respect or appreciation. The criticism, you see, brings practice of patience. So Shantadeva mentioned, your enemy is your best teacher. Strange. These thinking, very wise. Thank you. Thank you.
아플과 힘 뺏은 엄지 너 pretty 힘에 보았지